Hello, happy Tuesday to you all, and welcome to Simon's Trading Channel. Come on, come in. Come in and enjoy this price action analysis. I hope you've all had a great day. It's been a beautiful sunny day here in, in a very summery feeling Wales, which is nice. I hope this continues till about, December. And then instantly starts snowing, just in time for the old Yuletide bells and exchange of gifts. That would be marvellous. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get on with the price action. And I'm going to just jump straight in here with this daily by bit chart. And as you can see, a bit like, well, in line with the analysis I did yesterday for more downside first. I think I said that. Or certainly an approach on the midpoint of the overall range. And lo and behold, that has indeed occurred. And you can see the daily, which has 5 hours left to go to close. At the very least, has wicked down to the midpoint. But it looks like it might end up being quite a bearish candle with a big full wick. No, not a full wick. A full candle with a tiny wick, which, that shows significant selling pressure. Having said that, there are still things to cling on to. And I'm still looking for this higher low, as I've said, I can't remember now, a few videos ago, to come in a bit lower down. Somewhere really in this region, and if you look on the weekly, so to avoid a weekly closure below 61.3. So while I'm on that screen, I cannot, there's a little like video keypad thing that you can't see, and it does not like to be moved around. It thwarts me all the time. I'd like to see a higher low, basically above that closure and this open. That would look good. I don't really care where a wick goes down to, but a weekly closure above there. So if I switch back to the daily, you can see, so over here. Now, that would look good, basically, to confirm, as I've been saying for a while now, a slew of higher lows. And clearly, a slew of higher lows equals uptrend. It doesn't, having a lower low, and I'm referring to the higher time frames now, so weekly really, having a lower low on the weekly, it's not end of game for Bitcoin by any stretch of imagination. And it wouldn't signify end of bull run, but it is the first thing you get when you get a change in trend from up to down. And I'm just seeing if I can find a handy point of reference. So this price action here kind of makes the point that I'm alluding to. So if you look at this range here. You could say that this is a weekly low. You could also say this is a weekly low. And there was a chance that on this weekly candle, it could close below there. But you can see it wicked down, but it didn't actually close above. So, it was only a bit higher, but it was a higher low nonetheless. And then there was this low, and then this low. And that was basically, they were like equivalent lows. It's more of a range, obviously. And then, describe this whole thing as a low. And then this one up here. So to maintain that slew of higher lows, Bitcoin needs to avoid closing a weekly candle below there. That's what I'm saying. I just want to see. So on this, it was a colossal move down, so it's very obvious. But so you could see, so from on by, this is basically the COVID dump. Let's just take it from after the COVID dump on this part of the bull run. So you can see there aren't actually that many weekly lows there, but they're all higher lows up to about here, and then these two candles occur, which signify a pullback, and then when Bitcoin then moved back up, this then became a low, and all you needed to then confirm the start of a downtrend was a lower high, which did occur, but it really didn't occur until over here, because Bitcoin made another move up, got just only a little bit above this high, but effectively that was an M formation that then led to the downtrend. So this was, the point I'm making is, this was the first etching of a change in trend, because compared to, say, this low, this was a lower low. So I hope you can see my point. Sometimes picking out lows is a bit subjective, and that's probably more obvious on a daily, for example. So you can see on the daily here, yes, it's much more obvious on the daily. So I got so you're going to move up, move down, move up, move down. I've overshot. Go back. I hate it when it overshoots. I should just use a different pen or something. So move down, move up, down, move up. Here, see this here? This is a lower low compared to this low. And then indeed, that was a lower high, but these are on the daily time frames. And then there was this move down. So from this high, there was the first thing was a lower low, and then it failed to get back above that high, which confirmed a lower high. So you got a lower low and a lower high relative to this point, and this low, well, that is then a downtrend. And clearly that's when most of the selling pressure was created, and blah, 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 the rest is history. So the trend is your friend, and that's why I presume, I don't know why markets behave the way they do, I don't suppose anyone does exactly, but that's why logic comes in for you to follow the trend, because it's a trend, right? Not a good idea to buck the trend. You don't swim against the tide, not unless you've got one of those infinity pools and you're training for some sort of event. Not infinity pools. Infinity pools like a hotel thing. One of those swimming pools where it just pushes water the whole time. You just swim against it. I don't know what they're called. Anyway, back to the price action. Good Lord, 8.5 minutes in. So, so I'd like to see Bitcoin put in a weekly closure. I think it could come back it could come down a little bit lower, but basically above 61,000. So roughly where that is. That's what I'd like to see. And then the following move, which could happen over a number of weeks, maybe even a month, be the one that leads to a break out of this terrible range up to new all-time highs and some lucrative gains for all who are invested or indeed long. Wow, I didn't mean to go on for that long then, really. Next move down may just come. It doesn't even look like it wants to do any pullbacks at the moment. It's probably going to hit sort of 63, and then you start to get into this territory that I've been talking about. So then there's basically a $3,000 territory for which you wouldn't want to see weekly closures below, but you could see. Bitcoin could easily put in wicks all the way down to the high 50s, but you wouldn't really want to see daily closures back below 60.5 or 61,000, because that would push momentum on a daily time frame, and once you've got a few daily candles down there, it makes it more likely you'll have a weekly closure down there. So yeah, so there you go. So if Bitcoin was to bounce from here, that's a big if, 4-hour momentum and the daily momentum is now to the downside. Yeah, securely to the downside on the 4-hour and daily. But if it was to bounce from here, it would probably get rejected around about that line. Did I even draw that line? Where's that line come from? That line has appeared like some sort of ghostly apparition. But anyway, that's a small resistance line, and it should be resistance. But obviously, conversely, if Bitcoin does some sort of miracles overnight and I wake up in the morning and it's closed the daily back above 66.5, happy days. Probably another move up to somewhere close to 68.5, I would suggest. But until then, more downside. Likely to get some support at 63-ish. You would very much hope to get support at 61, and you'd very much hope for that support to be secured by the time this week closes, such that there aren't any weekly closures back below this area. Wow, 11.5 minutes. I hope I haven't bored you, and in fact I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have, please give us a thumbs up, like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And indeed, you can come back tomorrow because I'll be doing it all again. Hopefully there won't be so much waffling there on tomorrow's video. Okay, take care. Enjoy what's left of your Tuesday. I'll see you tomorrow for midweek price action. Bye-bye.